everybody, it's me again. I have here with me our multimedia and graphic designer. He manages our design team at Transpeak Asia, Mr. Jerome Guzman.
Hi.
Is there a specific category in Pinterest that you look at?
I actually check the mood boards specifically
Oh,
for mood boards. I search just type there mood boards or mood board creation, something that I will really use for a specific design that I'm working on.
when you do check mood boards, it's complete na. Like you have colors, you have
Yeah.
texture. Now we'll move on to show you the rationale behind design elements. So stay tuned.
Now move on to creating your mood board. So how do we create a mood board? So first is to set the design theme, and the next is you write your inspiration. Then you collect your design pegs. Then you choose the colors and fonts that you want to use, and then you get your images. So you set your design theme. You want to decide first the look and feel of your overall design. So is it rustic or vintage? And then you write your inspiration. You list down all the things that you want to use for your mood board. So here are some keywords that you want. Maybe you consider in using mood board, like if it's nature, fresh, green, comfortable. So I just wrote down here some things that I want to use in a certain project that I'm working on. So next is collect the design peg or your design peg that you want to use. So you can look for magazines, books. You can also look through your social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Here's an example from mood board. Basically, in this project that I was working on is I want to create an earthy look, very nature look. So these are some design pegs that I saw at Pinterest. So next is you want to choose the colors and fonts. So basically fonts and colors, as I've discussed earlier, have a certain mood that they evoke to the viewers. So here are examples of fonts. There are serif, sans serif, and script. So here, as you can see that the mood of a font evokes a certain feeling. Like for example, if you want to use a serif font, it evokes somehow the feeling of traditional, being respectable. And then if you want to use a modern font, somehow it's more strong, it's very stylish. And then if you want to use display fonts, those fun, curvy fonts, they evoke the feeling of friendliness, very expressive. And then we have here the color set, some colors I've just shown earlier. For example, if you want to use green in your mood board, there, evokes the feeling of green, brown. And then some color swatches that you have that you got from Pinterest. There you go. So in creating a mood board, of course, you want a very solid visual material. That's why you need images. You have to know the image that you want to use. Now, if you don't have any images in mind yet, maybe you can draw or create it. Or if you can't find any photographs, maybe you can take your own photo. And then once you have these things, you can gather them up and place them on your mood board. So I have here some collection of my air plants. By the way, I love collecting air plants. So I took photos of it. And you can also source your images at pixabay.com or at pexels.com. These are commercial-free stock photos that you can use for your projects. And there you go. So in order for you to finalize your mood board, you have to have your checklist, like the design pegs, the fonts, the colors, the photos that you want to use. So I hope this mood board will help you. For example, we have a sample here, the colors that I use for a coffee talk project that we work on. There you go, the colors, fonts, images, gather them up. And then for another minimalistic design theme, basically just using one color. And then a chalkboard theme, green, white, and black. And some fonts there, photos of coffee. And that's it, Those images, pegs, photos, fonts, colors, basically adding up together in order for you to create your own mood board. So I hope that helps you in creating your very own mood board for your projects. Okay, so we now move on to the softwares that I use. So I use just three softwares, mostly three softwares, yes. The Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. So I'll be sharing with you a quick brief info about these softwares. So I used Photoshop for editing photos, for banner ads, for photo manipulation, for some mock-ups. There you go. So you can use photos, download these softwares and purchase them. They have subscription, adobe.com. And then Adobe Illustrator, I use this software in creating logos, vector-based illustration, text manipulations, like for example, infographics, patterns, created in Illustrator. And then I use InDesign in creating flyers and brochures, for ebooks, for multiple pages. It's a good software to use. There you go, some softwares for InDesign. So basically, those are the softwares that I use. Now, what is my design process? So here you go. So I have here 6 steps. So first is to know the 5 W's. Then conceptualize, creating a design theme, execute the design, review the design, and then lastly, publish the design. So what are the 5 W's? So it's the what, who, when, where, and why. So the next is conceptualize. Yes, very important in the design process. If you're working on a project by yourself, it's hard to brainstorm by yourself. So basically, you go back to your mood board creation. But if you have a team, you can collaborate with them. So you can brainstorm and develop a concept that will really help you in creating your project. So next is creating the design theme. So as I've discussed earlier and you've seen in my previous slides, I've shared with you 3 design studies. You create design studies, create different mood boards for your project. And then from there, you can really finalize the design theme that will really fit into your design project. Really mood board really helps in creating designs. So lastly, you have here, you execute the design. So you have to use the right software, the right tool in creating your design. So when you create your design, of course, you have to execute it, check it, have it reviewed by your boss, your peers, you seek comments, you ask for the inputs, and then of course you accept criticism properly. You don't want to be very emotional through design as much as possible. You try to be professional and accept criticism properly. And then once you get the comments and your feedback from your client or your boss or from your peers, you apply the design revisions if there are any. So you can finalize the design. And then the last step, of course, once you finalize the design project that you're working on, is to have it ready for print production. You send it to your printer supplier, or if it's for social media, you post it already via your social media accounts. And of course, you have to include captions for your material, for your advertisement or for your project, design project to be more effective. So here, going back, we have here our case study for an ad for digital marketing bootcamp. So what I did here is you have to know the 5 W's. Again, it's what, who, when, where, and why. And then the concept that I use, the design elements that I use in the design is a laptop, a mobile phone, some screen capture of the Zoom app, and of course, circles. Maybe you're wondering why did I use circle? Because I believe that circle connotes a cycle. Since this is social media ad, we want this to be a continuous motion. That's why I use the circle design to represent that. As you can see here, this is the sample of the images and the logos, the colors that I use. It's like basically it's the mood board that I use altogether. So using red and brown colors, it's actually the colors the company, the event logo. And I mentioned there, color palette and the fonts that I use. Yeah. So executing the design. So step one, of course, create the design layout for the ad is to set the background color. So this is how I work. Start with the background first. And then second is I use the circles. Place them around the material. And then I add the event logo and the event details. And then lastly, and then the photos. And there you have it. So after the design layout is done, you show it to your boss, your peers, comments, inputs, apply revisions if there are any revisions, and there you go. It's good to go. Publish it. That's it. I hope you learned something today. This quick course in graphic design, and thank you for watching.